What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, y'all had a good week. Y'all. Baltimore coming out at me. I actually kind of had this ready. I'm just going to jump right into the trade reviews. Actually, I'll give you guys a couple minutes to get in here. I'm going to go ahead and start up some music. Go ahead and just do that right here. Brian, Mother, how you guys doing? See you guys are starting the shenanigans early. Where is it? There we go. Let's go with let's go with this tonight. Here's Johnny. What's up, Thomas? From the camp tonight. I know you said you were headed there. I wasn't sure if you got there yet. Jag, Lancey boy, what's up, man? For anybody from the room, just wanted to apologize for earlier. I don't know what was wrong with me. I haven't been in a good mood all day. I had a headache after I went and saw the kids. It's just a bad day for me personally. It wasn't a bad day like overall, but just for me, something wasn't clicking today. Trading wise, we actually didn't trade too much. Actually, I feel like this doesn't have my trades in it today. It does not. I thought I added them earlier. Maybe I saved them, but I didn't add them. I could have swore I did. Does this include today? It says the 15th. All right, let me go add them real quick. Maybe I just saved them and never actually came in here to add them. Man, period. Yeah. Made it a little chilly. I thought it doesn't get chilly down there. I just realized you can't even hear my music. It's such a good song, too. Let's start it over. It's got that, like, brain fart. The kids with the backwards town, behind, what is that called? Man, what's that show that was like a hit and then it stopped? I'm like brain farting. We binge watched it so fast I forgot the name of it. It's not the Underground. That's not what they call it. They call it something else. The back. I can't remember what it's called. It's got the red. It's like red. Not kids show. Show with kids and monster. What the heck is the name of that show? What the heck is Superman? It's gonna give me kid shows. Popular TV show. The Munsters. Not searching correctly here. Popular TV show. Girl with special powers. Here's no. Will somebody help me out here? Come on, chat. Young Stranger Things. Oh my god, thank you. I couldn't think of it. Stranger Things. Thank you. Jeez. Yeah, the one with the kids. What do they call the other world that they go into? Something ground, I thought. Upside Down. Biz, thank you. I was going crazy there for a second. Yeah, there it is, the Upside Down. Yes. Now I feel like I have to replay the song again. this song. Was it this one? No, it was it. It's like as this one goes on, like that's what this song reminds me of. I guess they kind of all do. I think it was actually this one. Yeah, it was this one. Reminded me of the show. All right. Anyways, moving on. Jeez. So yeah, this was my week. Believe it or not, we ended up green. Not after commissions, obviously, because I mean we took actually a lot of trades. Usually we don't trade this much. 31 trades in a week. That's fine. That's over 6 trades a day. I mean, basically 6 trades a day. It's kind of crazy for me, believe it or not. But I just I couldn't get. I mean, like, just look at the win-loss percentage. It's just ridiculous. 58%. I mean, I couldn't get anything going this week. So the fact that I ended up green with a win percentage of 58%, I mean, I guess that's a win in my books, but it just didn't feel right. I just nothing was working. Everything that I should have all my screenshots because I still don't think I've deleted them. Let's see. mRNA. Let's see if that's the first one that pops up here. So January 11th. So I get rid of everything before that. So let's take a look here. SIFI. All right, let's try to go in order. So mRNA. This was our first trade of the week, and it was a good one. Right? We thought we were starting the week off good. How we thought. Why am I drawing? Alright, stop scrolling now. There we go. So mRNA, this looked like a pretty easy one. Looked like a just big move into a double top. Ended up with an ad there. I actually feel like I remember this one. We started this one a little bit smaller because we weren't quite to that double top yet, and we were looking forward to double top. And ended up getting the ad right there at the double top and came down, gave us a nice drop, and gave us our take profit. But we actually needed a pretty good drop to get that take profit that we were looking for. So that was actually no, that was double because I think on Monday it was either I want to say it was Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday I'm gonna get to that here in a second. So CRSR. This I feel like was how every trade was happening this week, where we'd get this big move up, and then it would try to pull back and then go higher. It was like every move. Like there was no pullback. I'm sure if I brought this chart up, you'll see this line was here because it was probably like yesterday's high or something like that. So that was really all I was looking for, was to pull back to that area. So all I wanted was for the price to come hit that line right there at VWAP, and that was the move I was looking for. But we couldn't even really get half of that. I mean, we got about half of that, but if you really want to look at half of this move here, bottom top, half is right in there. I mean, nowhere even close to it. And I feel like that was just what was happening all week on pretty much everything that we touched. Let's see what the next trade. There's SIFI. So let me zoom in a little bit more for you guys. So SIFI, this was, I do remember this one, saying I should have never been in this one. Wasn't really extended. I'm assuming, well, you can see the line I drew there was based off of that high. I was just looking for this to come back down and test too. I remember getting some decent size. I don't know why I got in this in the first place. I was probably bored and annoyed or something. I don't know. It's kind of the entire week. That's how I was. But then we got stopped out. It just didn't pull back at all. We were really just looking for the quick 2 test. I remember, pretty sure we had our order out at like 202, 203, and couldn't get down there. And then we got short again and got a nice cover on a quick drop there. And then we saw it pop back up, and it looked like it was going to fail. So we actually tried it again, a little bit of a fake out breakout. But it fake out, breakout, fake out. It fake out, breakout. It faked out the fake out, breakout. Yeah, that. And yeah, so we ended up stopping out again. And I believe, how did we end up on that one? So the first trade we lost 14.25, made 15 on the second one, then lost 4. So we actually ended up red on that. And then we went on to Tuesday. Did you follow your strategies all week? Yeah, I sure did, except for today. I took a long on Pola, which was the first long I've taken in months, which we lost on, which we'll get to. It was actually ended up being pretty funny. And you can even ask the guys from the Discord. I called that thing. I knew exactly what it was going to do. I was just early. But yeah, I'm not even mad that I took the loss on that, because that's not something I would typically play, even though I had the right idea. But so on to Tuesday. AR. Where are you, AR? Jeez, I took a lot of trades Tuesday, didn't I? Yeah. So AR, this one was pretty standard. How did we end up on this one? Actually, this is a smaller win. I wonder if I actually hit this 1-1-2. Let me pull it up. Sell. No, we did 1-1-1, so that's why. Okay. Let's pull it back up. So AR, this is a 1-1-1, and then came down, just took the whole thing off right there. It was a nice little flush. Can't really ask for too much, right? Looking for 50%. Talking about the 720 area. VWAP kind of came up with it. Probably wasn't happy that I only hit that for one more instead of doubling up there, which later in the week, this is when I started getting more aggressive with that. That close to the top, there's really no reason, if I'm going to risk high a day at that point, that I shouldn't be doubling up there. They're so close. That's kind of the whole point of it. But still ended up being a green trade. Then we went to APXT. If you have any questions about any of these charts, just let me know. I don't see an APXT chart. It seems like it was a good winner. Why would I not have an APXT chart? Let me check Twitter from Tuesday. Let's see. Tuesday. Yeah, I have it. Why is it not in here? Did it like save it? I mean, it should be right there with the same date. It's interesting. Anyways, maybe it was somehow up. I don't. Oh, there it is. I found it. Oh, it was the very first one from that day. I had to scroll up a little bit further. Okay. So APXT, pretty standard one, right? Looks like previous resistance here. Big move up through, felt the top. I believe I was actually waiting for the pop through 17 on this one, but we never got it. So just ended up getting short here. Nice little drop and gave us a take profit. I believe I was looking for more because I liked my entry on this one, but as you can tell, still a decent profit. We were only looking for 10 on these, right? But so far, our winners were actually pretty good winners. We were taking decent size because we felt like we were hitting the top, and we were making more than that, which is kind of what led into us on Wednesday, because I was starting to itch. So APXT, and then we went on to Etsy, which this thing was frustrating because I was actually excited. I thought we were definitely going to get. First off, I can't believe Etsy is $200. I don't know what it is now, but anyways, previous resistance right here. I believe this lined up with the day before as well. Had a nice big move through on some volume, and so we started the short. We were wrong. This thing kept on going, so I waited for backside, got the ad, and I wanted more than this. I wanted 200. I remember saying I wanted 200 on this. I just felt like it was definitely, the bigger stock. It was probably going to abide by, like the key levels. I was thinking 200, and I just didn't even want to. I mean, you could tell just to even on this candle, the biggest red candle that it made, it fought the entire way down on that candle, and it was like every time it would stop, it would just bloop, it would just like pop right back up. So it was like fight, and then once the fight would stop, it would just be like bloop, and it was just like, come on, man. And so finally, I think it was the second time it did it on this candle. After it fought that entire way down, I just took it off, and it did try one more time, but as you can see, it ended up going high of day anyway. So that thing was just a fight. This actually ended up being, I believe, a break-even trade. I always say these arrows are a little bit deceiving, because if you look at the arrow, the bottom of the arrow, the very bottom where the tip is actually where the entry is. So it's very deceiving sometimes, because sometimes you'll get like an arrow that's right there, and then my green arrow will look like it's in the same place, but it's actually a little bit above that. You know, like say you're trying to take a break-even trade and it's actually a red trade, and sometimes it'll even look like a green trade, but in reality it's a red trade just because of the way the arrows kind of fool you. But like if the arrows are right next to each other like these are, that's actually a red trade, right? Because the tip of this arrow is down here and the tip of this arrow is up there. So keep that in mind too when you're kind of looking at people's charts with arrows. But I mean, it's usually not that big of a deal. But let's see. Heyo, what's up, Shin? I wish I missed 6 trades a day one day. Yeah, you'll get there. Thomas is killing it, man. Once Thomas has all these options, he's gonna go crazy. Thomas is the master of numb hands. Then XBEV. How I remember XBEV. This thing was just stupid. But again, this was the first trade on it. This is just how I felt. I believe this one, I remember watching this move here, and I saw how it got bought back up. And usually I hate it when it does this, because it usually means it's going to grind. And I even told myself, why am I even looking at this? Because it's just grinding. I mean, look at this. The previous resistance all the way down here. Look at the 9. That thing just rode it all the way up. It never really deviated. Like if you wanted to draw a trend line here, I mean, it just stuck to it. I mean, it's like straight up, but it stuck to it. So the real play here on something like this, and I was talking to David about this, is to wait for this trend line to break, wait for it to bounce back up to that trend line, and then that's where you start it. And then you risk your high day, right? Looking for that backside move. But I just decided to try to play it this way, and as you can see, we ended up getting stopped. And here's a good example of, see both the tips of the arrows, but this green arrow itself is actually higher than this one because we had it at high of day, and obviously, I guess we could have top ticked it, but we didn't. So that was the first trade on XBEV. Where's the second trade? So there it is. So this is what I was talking about. So after I got out of this trade, I told myself that that's what I'm going to do, right? Here's that same line. Let's see if I can draw that a little bit better. I need to just buy that program where I can just draw straight lines. That wasn't too bad. So that's what I did, right? It just kept bouncing off this trend line over and over again, and we finally got on the other side of it, right? We bounced back up to it, and then it looked like we were starting to fail, so I got in. And then it bounced back up to it again, and it started to fall back down, so I added. And that was where our winning trade came in. However, I was looking for the bigger move down, but it just, again, it was another one where if we get rid of these lines, look at these wicks. It just kept getting, it would fight down, and then get bought up, fight down, and get bought up. And it was just, I was getting tired of getting stopped out. So, you end up taking profits a little bit early. I don't know what the rest of the chart looked like that day. Or actually, yeah, I do, because I took a screenshot of it. But it worked out, right? It went right to that area that we were looking for. And that's where the impatience gets you. But you'll see, if you scroll in, you can see it did try to start going back up, right? It started to curl back up, and it was just impatience and not wanting to wait, and just tired of getting stopped out and not wanting to give any kind of profits back that we had on it. And when you get in your own head, that's the kind of stuff that happens. So that, and then we had Givo. Yeah, I did have one more trade. I believe this was just another trade that I probably shouldn't have taken. Yeah, this was a backside descending triangle. I remember saying with this one too, I was looking for at least this 580 area just because support, and then if we got the 580, I was going to let it go, see what it did there, and try to get down to this 560 area. Just looking for, it was a little bit of a descending triangle forming here, right? You got the base, You got that, right? That's what we were looking for. We're looking for the entry into a descending triangle. We got the flush, but it just didn't want to continue down through 6. It kept getting bought up. And I saw there was a bunch of people trying to hold 6 down, so I told myself if it went through, I was going to take it off. It went through, and I took it off. And I do believe this one actually ended up going higher. I don't remember, to be completely honest. Speaking of David, where is he? That man is on fire. Is he though? Here, I'll tell him you're asking for him. See if that gets him up off the couch. Or, you know, back inside from walking the dogs in Canadaville. So, don't ask me why, but Monday and Tuesday, I had been thinking about it for a while about starting to scale up. And something just hit me Monday and Tuesday. I was just getting tired. I needed something to change. I didn't know if I felt like I was trading fine. I felt like I was following my plan. I felt like everything was fine. But I just couldn't put 2 and 2 together. I just couldn't figure out what was happening. So I decided that I'm just going to scale up. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't say anything to B. I didn't say anything to David. I didn't say anything to anybody. I didn't say anything to you guys. I just wanted to do it. I knew I was going to talk about it, you know, tonight or just whenever. I believe I even mentioned it Thursday during the morning live stream that I had done it on Wednesday. But I wanted to do it and not have the stress of everyone like judging me kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't say it, but I just didn't. I just felt like it would be better for me. So yeah, I don't know why after Monday and Tuesday I wanted to do it, but I did. And so we'll just going, so you know, you can see the numbers are bigger for the rest of the week. Instead of like the 10, 15, 20, now we're looking for 20, 30, 40. And if you were paying attention and watching my live stream, you saw the numbers on my montage change. So you could clearly tell that I had doubled everything up. And our first trade was on W. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh, right, the fake out breakout. I was like, because looking over here at the small picture, I didn't see the other arrows. So yeah, I distinctly remember this one. We got short. It tried to pull back, and I mean VWAP was right there. The whole dollar was right there, and I was a little frustrated because we didn't take anything off down here. I was really looking for the 11 test, and then it just popped right back up. As you can see, I mean, it popped right back up. It started a new candle as it was popping back up and just kept on going. I mean, it literally just shot right back up towards high of day. And it kind of stopped. It stopped like right below high of day. So if you see the tip of my, there's another entry in there. I got short. I added to this position here, and I was risking high of day. But literally, like, as it had got done stalling, it went high of day. So it like waited for me to hit the button, and then immediately stopped out. So that was a bit frustrating. But then it was a fake out breakout. So I realized it was faking out, and I hit the button again and got back in, and we caught the bottom of this flush. So that was actually a pretty good trade on the backside. Just unfortunate, again, that we got stopped out. So instead of just having one decent winner, we ended up just making back our loser because we just went in with the same size that we had up here. And yeah, so that was a bit frustrating. So I think we ended up green after those trades, but it was just frustrating because yeah, so we were green $20.23 and red $16.80 on those two trades. So we ended up what, like $3. GME. This was the day GME went absolutely bananas. Oops. And we had two trades on it, and they were both really frustrating. This was the one, I'm just looking at it. So the first one we lost 26, and the second one we lost 17.82. So this one was frustrating because we actually took half off here on this right here on the first position. It came back up, and we actually added back because it didn't quite get to high of day. Started to come back down. Added that half back, looking for it to crack. Come back down here to 21, or at least like 21.50. But again, it was almost the same exact thing as Givo, or was it Givo? Sun W, where I hit the button and then it went high of day. And again, you can go back and watch any of the live streams. I've been marking the trades in the videos as well, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to go back and watch the trades in real time. But it was just a little frustrating because that was just how everything was at. It was like everything wasn't pulling back. It just decided to go higher. I mean, look at this. After this entire move, this was the pullback, this little pullback. So if we draw the entire move as a line, if I can draw somewhat of a straight line, 50% of that, right, if you're drawing fibs, is there. Look at where this got to. Like barely 25%. And it just held, and then look at this rip. I mean, look at that rip. If we're comparing size, like us guys like to do, that's about double the size. That's a huge move, right? That's pretty much a squeeze. I mean, look at these candles versus these candles. And after that, I was pretty excited to actually trade this again. Got in on the big para. We actually waited for signs of backside. Didn't get any on this flush. I was a little disappointed in that, but I noticed the bounce and it was struggling. Started to struggle here. And as you can see, the candle, it does come back down to right here. So I'm like, okay, we got a really good add. All we need is this area to break here. It's like 25, is that like 25.80, 25.70, something like that. If that breaks, I'm thinking 25. I'm thinking, VWAP. I'm thinking we'll see what we do there. And at this point, with how everything's been going, I'm like, I'm holding my size until we get to at least 25. That was my goal here. But instead, at the bottom of that candle, it decides to rip. It doesn't go high of day. I feel out the top. I'm like, okay, sloppy seconds before the big drop. And as you can see, we get a nice flush. At the bottom of that flush, this thing gets bought right back up. And I mean like right back up. Look at this thing. Just bottom wick like no other. And then immediately goes up. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, this thing's going high of day. This thing's just stupid strong. And I'm getting out of the way. And so I did, and I believe I took a screenshot of this later on just to make sure that I was right. And I was right. This thing actually, didn't it go to like 35 or something silly? Here's another screenshot later, I think. 31. I don't remember what it got to, but I want to say it went somewhere crazy. But again, this is why, like these two trades, this is why I have my strategy in place, what I'm doing. If it tries to pull back and doesn't, and it wants to go high of day, to me that's a clear sign that it wants to go higher. So if it's a fake out breakout, I can always get back in. But if it's not a fake out breakout and it rips another 5 points, okay, whatever. That's fine. I can get back in up here, which I did, right? It's a perfect example of what I preach all the time. But again, it tried to pull back. It didn't give us the move that we were looking for. And again, I remember getting my average up to where all I was looking for was this 25.68 area. Pretty sure my order was at 25.68 for like a $40 winner, like because I got some pretty good size on this one. And it just didn't want to work. It just didn't want to work. And as you can see, I cut it because it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And look at what it did. And again, I'm pretty sure this thing went to like $35, I want to say. So just a good example of when my strategy works the way that it's planned to work. So to start the day, we were 1 for 2, and now we were down a decent amount. NKLA was next, which was just another one that I actually felt really good about this trade. So previous resistance, man, that was a bad line. Nice blow through, right? Para looking to get short, basically top ticked it. It tried to pop back up and failed. So to me, sign of weakness. Added. got a decent little flush. Didn't get anything out here. I remember being a little mad, but I believe this was one where the spread was not that great. And I believe I had an order somewhere down closer to 21. But the ask never really came down too far. So I was willing to just, wait for it to tumble over. And as you can see, it started to come up and it failed on this candle here. So I actually added again because it felt like we were going to at least flush down to that area again. And if we did, I wasn't going to miss it this time. And unfortunately, it said, no, we're going to go back up and break high of day. And of course, right after it went high of day, it actually shot back down, but then recovered all of it again. Like, that's how whippy this thing was, and that's how bad the ask was, or the spread was. And eventually, after all of this, it did work out. But remember what GME did when it broke high, right? It ripped another 5 points and then another 10 points. So you can hindsight trade all you want, but like I always say, for every chart that looks like this, I can show you a chart that it does the opposite, like GME did. So everyone, because a lot of people would be like, "Oh, well, why didn't you just hold through this?" Well, if it went to 28, would you still be saying the same thing? No, of course not. Let me catch up on chat real quick. But yeah, after that trade, we were down a pretty decent amount. We were down over $50 on the day, which obviously is not, that's our quota that I'm shooting for every day, is that $50 a day. That's what I'm shooting for right now. And that's what we were down after we were 1 for 4. And yeah, it was a frustrating start to the day. Let's see. Oh, geez, you guys have been talking up quite a bit here. Yeah, Thomas said, I saw the increase in share size. Go you. Today was fun. Wouldn't be the same without Team ISW to trade along with. Having fun when trading is essential. Keeps the mind fresh. That's the problem, is I as much as I hate it when like this stuff happens, I think it's like you love to hate it kind of thing, right? I have fun while I'm trading. So I think that's the problem, is like when you lose, it's just annoying. It's not that you're not having fun. It's just annoying that you're also not, things aren't going the way that you want them to go, I guess is the best way to say it. Bish was slaying too. Fun to have you in there. Laugh in the face of danger. Yeah. Helps with the fear of losing. I mean, if you guys, just in the last couple of charts that I've shown you, like this GME trade, look, 2 entries, 3 entries. That Nikola trade, do you guys remember, not even like a couple weeks ago, this would have been my only entry. And then when it did come down and hit 21, I'd have just a normal size winner, and that would be that. But then the losers, I let them go against me way too far. That was one of my huge problems, is I didn't know how, I had a fear of losing so much that I wouldn't press when I felt like I was in a winner. The problem is all of these trades that are typically winners and I'm starting to press are now losers, and that's the problem right now. It's like I feel like I'm trading these exactly like I should, but they're just not working. And it's very frustrating, because when I'm going back and looking at these trades after I calm down, I'm saying that to myself. I'm saying, okay, that trade was what you were looking for. It didn't pull back at all. Look at this. Half the move, it was about this 21 area. It's a key area. You normally always get that pullback, and they just haven't been happening. And it's very frustrating. Anyways. But yeah, Brian is, well, first off, Thomas did kill it, even though he didn't have as many shares available on certain tickers. But he's right when he says laugh in the face of danger. And one of the things that Brian has always told me that has helped me is when you're scared, try to be more scared. And it was actually what drew me when I found this saying. It was a little post-it note type saying that my wife actually stuck to one of my monitors from one of her like little planners that she had. And it just said, do it scared. It's so simple, but it's so true. Like, if you can't do it while you're scared, you're never going to be able to push yourself to the point to see these things that I feel like I am now seeing. Like, yeah, sure, they might not be working out, but I never saw these things before. I never saw what happened when I did press and it worked. because I was never doing it. I never did it. I would just take a single entry and I'd win, but then I would fight these losers and have the bigger losses, but I wouldn't have the wins to help make up for those losses because the single entry wins were never going to cut it. But the single entry wins, Brian would say this to me all the time, I was trading not to lose. I wasn't trading to win. And there's a huge difference between the two. Like, really think about what I just said and let that sink in, because it took a long time for me to really understand it. Trading not to lose versus trading to win is so, there's the two way different things. And once you can realize which one you're doing, the better. And it took me a long time to realize that I was trading not to lose and not trading to win. And now I feel like I'm trading to win. I'm just not winning at the moment. So be more afraid is actually the recommended approach. Make yourself so scared your brain realizes it's silly to be scared of numbers and bars on a chart. Yeah. Just because. What's up, bro? Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the bell next to the subscribe button to turn on notifications to let you know when I go live and post new videos. Biz says, isn't extreme fear paralyzing? I think he was asking Brian, which it looks like he answers, which is exactly why you need to train your brain not to be afraid. You go deer in headlights when your brain is trying to figure out what is going on. Which, to help with deer in headlights, that's where having a strategy comes into play as well. You shouldn't ever take a trade without knowing what you're going to do in every single situation. I've said this in the past so many times, and I reiterate it all the time. You need to know the what, if, ands, and buts about your strategy before you even think of getting into a trade. When you hit that button, what are you going to do if it goes high day? What are you going to do if it goes low day? What are you going to do if, it halts? What are you going to do if it just goes straight sideways for the next 20 minutes? What are you going to do if the volume dies? What are you going to do if the volume ramps up? What are you going to do if you notice something that you don't normally see? Like, you should have everything mapped out and planned, right? That's kind of the goal, and you should have all of those situations known before you get into a trade. But if you know what is happening and realize it's just numbers, data, it is much easier to avoid the deer in headlights event. Yeah, very true. What about trading with money that you're willing to lose? Well, you should never be trading with money that you can't lose, because that is something that I found out when I used to play poker, is scared money is dead money, basically. If you're playing with scared money you can't lose, like money that you need to pay the bills, unless you're Stu Unger, you're going to be in a heap of trouble, because you're going to make decisions based on the fact that you don't. Again, it goes back to what I just said. You're going to make decisions based on the fact that you can't lose because you need that money, instead of putting yourself in the best situation to win. Basically what I said earlier, trading not to lose versus trading to win. But if it's expendable money, which it always should be in this profession, then you can take those chances. You can put yourself in a situation where you can risk the money because it's a high probability play, right? You want to find your edge, and when you see your edge, you're going to put money into that edge, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully the statistics over time, if you take the same trade over and over again, because we're talking about a series of trades, hundreds of thousands of trades if you're going to be doing this for a living, instead of just one trade. There should never be one trade that defines you. How many times do we say that, right? No one trade should ever define you as a trader. And I always say, too, how you win as a trader is not what should define you. How you lose as a trader is what defines you. Anyone can win. Anyone can take profits. Anyone can take profits early. Anyone can wait for a target profit. What happens when you get behind on a trade, when you're losing in a trade? How do you handle that situation? How do you handle that fear? How do you handle that anxiety, the stress, everything that comes with when you see that number red in the unrealized column? How do you handle that? That is what defines you as a trader. Thanks, ISW, and I really enjoy and ready to come back permanently. I will be getting with you by Monday to be ready for Tuesday. Thomas, attaboy. Love it, Bish, whenever you're ready. If it was actually your money and you're willing to lose and have no emotional attachment to, there should be no emotions, right? Just like paper account. Essentially, that is how it should be. But in reality, we always value the money. Yep, unfortunately. Unless you're Brian, and then, money ain't a thing. The fix to that is embracing and loving the risk, understanding the probabilities. Yeah, which is kind of what I got to. Todd, what's up, man? Wait, did you change your... I just noticed... I thought that was your picture. I see you just changed your name. Just because... Now you change your name and I see it. I do snowboard. I haven't in forever. I don't have a board or anything. I always just rent one when I go. Why, you don't want to play golf in this weather? Well, you don't want to go to the casino? You know, I was just thinking, if the Browns win and we win this weekend, we would actually be playing the AFC Championship game at home. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be stupid awesome. Learning to operate with unknowns and certainty. I like that ISW, embrace the risk. Yeah, that's something Brian says very often. Embrace the risk. Nicola looks like a difficult trade for my... I think Nicola was a difficult trade for everyone's strategy. That was not a good one. Constantine, good morning. Good morning, sir. Alex in the house. What's up, man? I always get jealous of Alex's Discord at this time of night. Everyone posting those pictures of their beers. I don't have any beer with me today. I actually, when I went to the grocery store, I went to grab a 6-pack to replenish, and they were closed. I don't know. I guess it was Friday. It was 3:30, and they were closed. I don't know if that changed with the recent. I don't know why they were closed. I was a little upset. I could have went to a different one, but it was out of the way. I had to pick up Chinese food, pizza, the kids, groceries, and it was just too much. I wasn't trying to. And at that point I had the kids when I went back to pick up the food, and that's when I went to go over and get it. And yeah, I was a little curious. Todd is the pillow guy, Mom. That's crazy. The Little Rascals? I wonder if I have it right now. I'll take off my Orioles hat for you. No. My oldest son gets it from me. He has the alfalfa hair. I used to have that growing up a lot. Hassan, what's up, man? Yep, trade to win. There's no other way. How many people we got in here? 25? Dang. I didn't even notice. I didn't have the screen up. Go Browns. I'm rooting for the Browns. I'd much rather play the Browns than Kansas City. I hope they put everything out on the line to win that game, and then they're just so tired the week after they can't, I mean, I think we match up well against the Browns. We do not match up well against KC. We actually match up really well against the Bills. And it's supposed to snow, which I think actually benefits the Ravens because we're not as dependent on the pass game like the Bills are. So, it'll be interesting if it snows. Todd, please find him another pillow. What? Why? Brian, were you not here at the very beginning? Scroll up. You like scrolling up. You were like, first, I win, ha ha ha. And then my mom said, ha ha. And I guess you disappeared for a little bit. Hey T, you still have that bottle of rum? Alex is going to buy you a shot. I do not. Remember, it's not here. It's at my house. But remember, I moved my computer for the time being. So no, I do not have the rum with me. I mean, I'm sure my mom has something she can muster up. Tragic story on Alfalfa's real life? What happened to Alfalfa? No, I'm going to go through the rest of my trades real quick. We're actually already getting close to 10:30. Where did we stop? Nicola? Yeah, we were on Vuzi. Thanks for getting me back on track there. We finally got caught up in the chat, too. So, Vuzi was another one where We end. Oh crap! Am I gonna have to muster something up? Hold on, I don't even have it up. How did he even know to tip $10 for a shot? What is this? Little background chat going on. Yeah, I do not take any trades that are not from the scanner. All of the trades I take are straight from the scanner. Alex, thank you. Hold on, let's try this. Let's see if it works. Oh wait, I can hear she's actually listening to me. Ma, a shot. Now. I could hear myself saying that. For anyone that doesn't know, me and the wife have fought about my computer and working too much and stuff like that for quite some time now. So part of our compromise is I just took the computer out of the house and I moved it over into my mom's basement. So anytime I'm trading and stuff like that, it's like with the pandemic, she's been working from home as well, and us two working together was not really working too well. So I decided to create a new workspace, and so now every time I have to do the Friday live stream, I have to come back over here. And so yeah, I'm at the mother's house. So when you see me trading in the morning, sometimes she's here. She goes into work every other week. So like this week she was here. It's kind of nice, you know. You get mom's cooking again and stuff. It's I enjoys it. Enjoys it quite much. The scanner knows it's pretty smart. It's very true. But you'll see a common theme with all my trades. You see extensions at hive day, away from previous resistance. I mean, all my trades look the same. Just some work better than others. And a lot of the times you'll see, even throughout some of mine, I just missed the pullback that it did give, where I could have very easily have been green on those trades. But, you know, I typically tend to look for that 50% mark. So, like, if we would have scaled into this one per se and not the way that we did, you know, we would have been looking for about 50%, which is where it ended up coming back to. So, this trade, I believe, how many different trades did we take on this? 1, 2? So this was 2 trades. They're both green, but not by much. Okay. So I'm going to say we got short. I mean, I could look this up. We got short, covered, I want to say covered half, then probably stopped out. Got short again, probably covered half, added back a bunch, covered half, and then got out the rest. That would be my guess. Oh no, not tequila. That's like didn't I say not tequila? No, I didn't. I can't do no. I'll throw up.
I'll see what else I have.
I'm not drinking it, so you can just take it back up. Just saying, no. Can't do it. No, it's not I'm a wuss. I just can't drink it. I drank so much tequila back in the day, and no, I'm not doing it. I know how I react to tequila, and I'm not showing that on stream. AKA, I'm not throwing up. Well, it won't even be on stream. It'll be like after I'm off, so I'm still not doing it. I don't feel like doing it. But yeah, this one actually. Let's just take a look at the. Just take a look at the trade log. See if I was right. So that was actually okay. So this was actually a short, half, and then full cover. Well, that's what I said. Okay. And then the next trade. Oh, wrong way. Let's see. Short. We bought it was more than half. We took 75%. Added back some. Added back more. Half. Added back. Yeah, so it was exactly like I said. Okay. It was just the amount that I took was just a little off. That's all. I'm gonna take a shot. I mean, if she doesn't have anything else, I'll take the shot of tequila, but I really don't want to. And then there was that second GME trade that we went over. Then EVOC. Alex knows I got him. I'm not going to let him down. I'm not seeing an EVOC chart. I think I was scrolling the wrong way. There it is. So this was a backside one. What was the winner on this one? This was the big winner. This is actually the one that kind of brought me back on the day. So nice move. I remember pulling this one up and I missed it. I missed the pop there, and I pulled it up and I believe it was already had made this flush. I think I'd have to go back and watch it. I'm pretty sure. And then it popped back up. We got short. Tried to go a little bit higher. Didn't want to get there. And I said, okay, I'm going to risk high of day. It's struggling here. Added to the position. Came down. And I took half off here. And then once I realized that that was a fake out, it didn't want to go higher. I added that half back. And we got this nice flush. Took half. And then took the other half on that full flush there. This was actually a really good trade. I remember that one. But again, this is something I would have, the old me 2 weeks ago, trading not to lose, would have just taken the single entry, and once I realized it was faking out, I would have just been happy that I was in a winner, and I still would have been risking high of day. And then when it made this flush here, I would have just put my stop at break even, and probably would have ended up taking the full thing here anyway instead of half. And then there's no way I would have ever have added those half back once I realized it was a fake out, looking for the bigger drop. But this is me realizing when I'm in a winner and I'm starting to press. So this was one that actually worked out. This is what they're supposed to do in my eyes. So let's see, bingo. So this was bingo. Oh no, this was the last one from yesterday. It was bingo. Oh no, bingo and W. And W is the trade that I took. I believe I beat Kev's old record. I think he had made a big deal about like getting 7 points on a trade, where I got 8 points. But let's look at bingo first. Doesn't this whole like little soundtrack just remind you of Stranger Things? Whiskey? I mean, I'd rather whiskey. That's the other one that I don't like. You got rum, vodka. Like, I mean, those are like my two go-tos. 2 minute. Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. That deserves a shot. Hold on. What did I miss? You can use it for that, but you would have to pick right option. Generally, the ATM is the best for these types of plays. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, Biz asked, is the scanner capable of searching option data? Got it. Okay, that's why I was confused. Uzi looks like it's setting for a W pattern on the daily. Oh, yeah, I don't really look at the daily too much. Let's see. I mean, yeah, in a weird way. I mean, I don't know. It just looks wavy to me. I mean, unless you're talking about this W. I mean, it already did a W here and then failed. I don't know. I mean, maybe if you look at it on the weekly. Yeah. I don't know. Looks to me like it's in a big pullback after a really extended move. Little fake out breakout through the highs there. You said W though. Oh, Vuzi. I'm an idiot. Wow, that looks even less like a W. That's just like almost like a U, but now it's going the wrong way. Looks like a failed descending triangle too. Well, not yet actually. Could just be a really big descending triangle, right? Could be pulling one of these. But it also could have been like this. I mean, one could even argue it could have been like that too, but that's why I don't like trend lines that much anymore. Oh, wait till you see my W chart. It was a good one. Let's finish these real quick though. Where's my bingo? Did I bring the bingo chart up? I took 2 trades on this one. That was the first one. Pretty much topped it. That was the good one, and then the second one was break even. Wait, was that the second day? No, they were the same day. But I traded it today as well. I think that one was from today. Oh no, that first one was from today. So the first trade on bingo here was break even, which again, look at the size that I built into this thing. 3 entries there. The first one I think I was a little early, and then I hit the top, and then and once I realized backside, I hit it again, and then I was risking high of day. Took half off, and then unfortunately the other half went high of day, so we took it off. But it ripped, waited for backside, realized the 650 was resistance. It looked like a fake out breakout, right? There was the highs. It looked like it was going to come back down and at least test that area. But even better, we put an order out. We looked at our little bubble map that we had going on, and we put our order right above a big key order that was sitting there, and it went right to it. And that was a beautiful trade. So that was a good second trade on bingo. So first trade was break even. As you can see here, it was literally break even, 51 cents. And then the second one was a $20 winner. And then the last trade of that day was W, which I'm pretty sure I nailed W as well. Yeah, pretty much top tick this one. And I got 8 points on that baby. Single entry, single exit. Guess how many shares I took on this? 1 share. It was after 11. I was already ready to get out of here. Knew this thing could have some range. I was like, you know what, let's just take 1 share for fun. If you guys remember, GDT stopped in during this live stream, and he told me to pull up W, and he wanted me to short it here. He wanted me to get short, risking 335, is what he had said. And I told him if it spiked to 334, I think it was here, that I would have taken a share there because I was looking for the extension, because all this was just grinding. There was no way I was going to take it here. But then we had that candle, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this thing. And we had the volume, right? And then it just started grinding. I was looking for like some obvious backside. But then we got another decent candle. And anytime you get another decent candle, almost as big as that first candle on almost not even close to the same volume, that's usually a good sign that one's going to be more of a top than back here. And so we took our shot. This was kind of a right or right out type trade. And we were right. Ended up taking 8 points on that baby. I was really just kind of using that previous resistance as support. I mean, even though it wasn't much of resistance, I mean, the real previous resistance would have been there, but 8 points on that one, not too bad. All right, let's finish up, and then we have our trades from today. Starting off with MVIS. Where are you at? Did we have 2 trades on MVIS? 1. Yep. Yeah, they were back to back. Yeah, first one was a loser, second one was a winner. So yeah, this was today the slippage. I don't know if it was because I upgraded to the beta or not, but there were some cool new features I want to show you real quick on the beta before we do the giveaway. But high of day, got in, tried to break down a little bit, went up, and we wanted to add, just looking for high of day stop, get that add as close as we can. It felt like it was stopping. I won't add unless I feel like it's actually stopping. Like if it's just going to blow up through high of day, I'm not going to add just because I'm as close to high of day. Like I'm just going to let it stop me out. But it tried to stop, and it was right at that, key whole dollar area. So I was looking to get that add, looking for it to come back down through 7 and retest the 690 area and hopefully go through it. But unfortunately, right after that, it went high of day. And you can see, again, look at the tip of that arrow. My order was 1 cent above high of day here, so it was 709 or 710. Actually, I can tell you. My order was at 709, and I got filled at 714.5. So some pretty big slippage when you're playing bigger share size, because we actually were taking bigger share size because the range wasn't that great, right? We were looking for a little bit less movement in the cents category. But we got a nice little rip, felt the top. Wasn't the top. We got in. It ended up going a little bit higher, and then it kind of just messed around. Again, was just once it made that top and we came all the way back down to the 715 area, was just risking high of day at that point. Probably, I believe I said, you can go back and watch it, but I'm pretty sure I said I was about to add like right as it made that drop, because I could just feel, again, this is when you were seeing me get aggressive, and I think just because my first trade didn't pan out, I was in my head a little bit and I hesitated. And all those other trades you saw me pressing, if I would have just hit the button there, this would have been double the winner, because this thing just absolutely flushed, and I just threw my order out there at 7 and it got filled. Where if I would have doubled up there, that would have been real nice, and I wouldn't have been risking that much based, back to high of day. So I hesitated there, definitely cost me, and that was a learning lesson today. Is I still have an issue when I take a loser, that I get a little bit annoyed, and I don't trade exactly how I should every single time, especially right after that loser. So, yeah. Did my mom like leave that on and then go to the liquor store or something? Actually sounds like she's watching a show. I don't know why she's watching a show and listening to me at the same time. But anyways, I guess I'm going to take a shot of whiskey because I'm not taking a shot of tequila. Mom! Where's my shot? Now! Well, bring me the whiskey. I gotta take a shot. It's the rules. All right, so that was my trades on Envis. What are you sending me, Brian? Is it the W trade? Let's see. It's something trade. Let's see, downloads. I could just open it up here, I guess. It'd be easier. Oh yeah, there's the W. Oh jeez. Yeah, I had already pieced out by now. At that point, I was eating lunch or sleeping or something. Absolutely nailed the leftovers on that one. I'm assuming that was just a trail, and yeah, it never bounced. So, it's awesome. Yeah, Brian. We all know you're the best. All right, let's finish these trades real quick. I like this. I like going over the trades for the week, especially when they can last a little while. Record. This is kind of how I felt with most of these. I was actually just talking to Tom today, not Thomas, but risk and high of day here was really just a backside play, and he had asked me why I would cut this at high of day when it never really attempted a pullback. And I was telling him, when I pull a chart up late and I don't have a sense for the price action, but it looks nice and extended, like something I would play, and it's already starting what looks to be the pullback, to me, I don't mind hitting the button to get into a trade like that, but it's going to be a right or right out trade for me because I don't really know how it's trading. And I remember this, once I hit the button on this one too, the spread was really bad. Thankfully, I actually got filled pretty much right at high of day, but was still a little bit frustrated because I hit the button to get in, like my arrow's all the way down here at like 10:15, but the ask was still at high of day. So knowing that I was only risking high of day, it was very frustrating because I had to deal. I do. Yeah, I'm gonna chase it. Trust me. I am a wuss when maybe not with whiskey. Whiskey, I'll be fine. Tequila just doesn't sit well with me. Whiskey, I've just drank. I've drunk. I've drunk so much of it throughout my life that I just don't want it anymore. I don't. Everyone calls it apple juice or whatever. They don't ever believe that it's real alcohol.
Oh, it's real.
Don't spill. It smells like whiskey. So maybe it lost its potency. Pretty sure that's not how liquor works.
Cheers.
Oof, that smells like whiskey. There you go. Alex, I appreciate you. Hopefully you're still here. Whiskey. I don't think I've had whiskey since Nick lived here.
Say 21 or
23, 24, so 11 years.
is he like ginger ale?
Yeah, well and Jameson. But his favorite was just Jack and Coke, like when we went out, like to keep it cheap. All right, get it over with. Actually,
Not bad.
like, again, I drank it so much. It's like I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it anymore. It's just the taste of it. It's not like bad, but it's just not my.
Well, that's how I feel about beer. I don't like beer anymore.
It's just not my flavor profile.
Nerds is.
Yeah, I was hoping you brought me more. I'm just kidding. I'll come get this. Uh, Beta boys. Oh yeah, Sebi baby. Um, yeah, I got the beta today, which I want to show you guys real quick. All right, let me hurry up. I feel like I'm keeping you guys. So Wrecker, again, I don't mind adding, but it's a right or right out trade. Unfortunately, the spread was there, and I wasn't wrong. Like I was telling Tom, it was just frustrating that it didn't work. It was another one that didn't work, and it would have. And Tom actually had asked me if I would have got in, say at 1020 on the front side, would I have held through this move and got to add like up through 1050? And I said probably yes. And it's one of those situations where, yeah, it kind of sucks that it played out the way that it did. But unfortunately, it was just when I pulled up the chart, and I didn't like the spread when I got in, and it just played out the way it was. It ended up being a smaller loss, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And then Pola, good old Pola. This thing got me twice today. I'm gonna pull up the chart so we can see both trades. So this was actually a pretty decent loss because of the slippage, even though I only got one entry, because this thing was a low float and it was kind of crazy. So this first red and green, this was actually a $40 loser, when most of the others were around 20. But we got short again, looking for the backside, and we were looking for that dump down to that previous resistance. It did give us about half of that move, right back down to 11, but that move was so fast. I remember it happening, that you would have had to have an order out to get that move. It flushed and then got bought right back up, and then went right to high of day. And not only did it go right to high of day, as you can see, high of day was like 1140, 1145 or something like that. I wish I could tell you. Oh, we're not playing this game, are we? Not Alex, but I think Tim is sexy. Really, I'm not looking to take another shot, jerk. So what happens when you have too many shots in the basement? Is it heated? It's not heated. It's actually very not heated. It's an unfinished basement. But anyways, my order was at, where is it? Pola. My order was at 1152. So I was giving it the 50 break, but then it filled me at 1166. So you can imagine with the shares that I had, I was only looking to lose, like 20 cents, but then to end up losing an additional 14 cents on top of that. That's almost twice the amount of loss that I was looking to take just because of slippage. So I was looking to lose 20, I lost 40. So you can see that was about double. Then we got the spike up through there, right? This was all one continuous move up to this new high, up through 1250, came back down through 1250. I hit it, I scalped it, and we got 20 of it back. Then I don't know. Look at the 9. I use the 9 just to kind of guide when I see a grinder. But again, I keep telling David this. I need to start paying attention to these. I was completely just this thing rotated its float. This is why I took this position. And it just felt like they were trapping shorts, right? It kept touching the same area, and it felt like it was holding support. But one could argue that that's just a descending triangle, right? Which, in hindsight, that's what I would say. And when you draw that trend line, it went up. It finally broke the trend line, came back up, bounced off said trend line, and came back down and flushed. through that key area. Not really sure what I was thinking. I was just looking for a YOLO type play. I had the obvious risk off of that level, and we also got some crazy slippage on that one as well. Had our order up under those lows, and it filled us way down there. So definitely, I mean, took small share size on that one. We only lost $13.20 on that one, but I think we were only trying to lose like $5 if it didn't work. But we were looking for that thing to go high of day and make like $40, which it did. Like, we can pull that chart up, and you can see I was right. I was just early, right? I was looking for that move back up through the highs. Just felt like they were trapping shorts, which they were. I was just on the wrong move down. They trapped them down here and then squeezed it back up the high of day. So it was frustrating. I had the right idea, just is what it is, right? And again, let's draw one more trend line here, right? You could draw this trend line straight down. It finally breaks it, bounces off of it, and then goes higher. Like, I mean, trend lines are a real thing. I like to believe that if you're patient enough to play the trend lines, you can definitely find some plays in there. All right, I think we're near the end here. That was the YOLO on Pola. Watch that. So ACRX, that was our last trade. Let's pull that one up, and then we'll do the giveaway. Start putting 27 in. Oh, don't do it yet. I wanna catch up on the chat real quick. ACRX. This one was pretty standard. Right, these are what we actually look for. Previous resistance, blow out through, get short at the top, comes back down, cover. That one was pretty standard, right? This is what we're looking for. These are the standard plays, right? It's the ones that we add and get some size on, and then they don't work. They're the ones that have been killing us this week. But as frustrating as a week as this was, even with the stupid play here on Pola, the long that we took, if we didn't take that, we would have been green today as well. Even with those bigger red trades, we still ended up green, even with a 58% win percentage. That's crazy. I mean, with this strategy, I'm usually trading closer to 85%. So the fact that I was green with an 85% win percentage, I can't complain. I really can't. Even though as frustrating as this was, I just can't complain. I can't. So with that said, let me catch up in chat real quick. Now you guys can start putting 27 in the chat. Free week of Team ISW. We're going to extend it for 5. It's going to be a free week, 5 trading days. So obviously we're off on Monday. So you'll get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the following Monday. Just enough to convince you that you want to be there the rest of the week that following Monday. So you're going to get the team package after you're done. But that will be determined throughout the week. So Team ISW, free package. You get the scanners, you get Brian, you get David, you get me, which I know you only care about the first 2, but you get them for a week. The Ultra scanners, you get all of it for a whole week. It's a great value. You get to pick Brian's brain for an entire week. I mean, it's invaluable. You can't even put a price on it. It's worth more than anything. I mean, you can see just in this short hour of having Brian in here, and he just says things that make light bulbs go off left and right. So to have him in the chat, it really is something you don't want to miss. So if you are interested in winning that, all you got to do, put the number 27 in the chat, and you will be entered into my wheel of names. That Bish was the only one last week, and he absolutely killed it. What is clicking on and off? Am I hitting? Hold on. Pulling plugs out of the wall. Can't pull that one out. That's my backup battery. Or actually, my computer was on backup there for a couple seconds. Oh yeah, I do owe around, don't I? Do I have a beer in here? Ah, there's one hiding. Look at that. There was one back in there. I can't believe I couldn't see that. Look at that. There we go. What do we say, like half a beer per 10? I could do that. I'd rather do that. Or just like 3 or 4 good chugs. Good old Shack Tap. Man, that literally just made my night. I still had one in there. I didn't even know. It's my favorite beer. Absolutely love it. 27 guys. How many people are in here? There's no way we're only going to have one entry again. We had like 20 some people in here. We still have 20. Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Come out from the woodworks. Sebi Baby is our only entry at the moment. Double D in the house. I was making sure you didn't say hi earlier. I don't see you saying anything until now. David, you missed everything, as you would say. And this whole time I didn't have to take a shot of whiskey after 11 years. Could have just been drinking my beer. Not gonna lie, it was again. I knew what whiskey tasted like, but it was interesting to taste it again after 11 years. Jameson, nonetheless. I was never a huge fan of Jameson. I'm gonna give this until 10:50, so we got 3.5 minutes. So if you're interested in Team ISW for a week, all you gotta do is put 27 in the chat. No, it's me trying to give it away, but apparently everyone in here is part of ISW already, so that doesn't do me any good. Oh yeah, while we're doing that, I can show you the new stuff. That the new stuff that I've found so far. Get rid of level 2 here. Since I don't use it. Oh wait, why is it even up there? I guess it don't matter because I'm just gonna do this. So, cool new feature. When you right click a hot button now, you can add button to left, to right, above, below. Before if you wanted to like, say I wanted to put a button or make a new row in between this last orange row and the black row, I would have to make a new row and it would come up below all of these and I'd have to move all of these down a row manually. But now I can just do this. Look at that. It's beautiful. You know what? I want to put another one in here to the right of this one. We'll call it ASD with an ASD script. Look at that. Beautiful. Just something, the things we get excited about. I'm really hoping that we can get the average horizontal line in there. That would be even more beautiful. Imagine if it was an option after they figure it out that you could go in and click it so that every time you're in a trade, it automatically puts that line that we want so badly at our average. It just puts it there on the chart. Whatever color, size that we want. That would be amazing. And then on top of that, if you add, right, it'll move your average. Like it just keeps a line at your average at all times. Like that would be amazing. So the other thing real quick is when a stock halts, it actually comes up now and says the time that it halts. It gives you a timestamp, Brian, a timestamp. It puts a timestamp of when it halted. So you know exactly when it's going to unhalt if it's a 5-minute halt. A timestamp. A timestamp. Sorry, guys. That's an inside joke. And it also says paused for volatility trading. It actually says that. I could pull it. I could pull it up. I actually still have to go through and mark the trades from today. I kind of walked away after I was done trading today. I had a lot of errands to run for my kiddo's birthday this weekend. But yeah, it literally says like at 10:04 and 36 seconds, stock was paused for volatility trading. And I saw that and I was like, that was pretty cool. It just made me laugh. Custom trader name. What about Nicholas? Where is Nicholas? Oh yeah, I saw he had said he was down. I totally didn't answer his questions today. I didn't catch up on the chat back then. That was in these past 2 weeks. Trail the Leftover Boys. Really learned a lot, and I know what I need to focus on. Also, over a span of 2 weeks, and know I chased stocks, overtraded, lacked discipline, and got emotional with one stock. So I was saying earlier, don't get married to one stock. Random trades, easiest thing to fix. Don't do it. That's so true. It's a me, a Mario. Random trades equal random results. So true. I'll keep the bottle out just in case someone else wants you to do another one. No thanks. I found the beer. I got slaughtered when I don't follow my strategies. Yeah, I know the feeling. That's why I don't do that anymore. So what happens when you have to... Oh, yeah, that's where I picked up. So I skipped that little section there. Yeah, I need to focus on patience. Most of the time my plans work out, but I'm always early to enter. Enter too early. Close to 90? Where are you at? Oh, you're in Cali too, Alex. Whiskey poolside at the moment. Biz, you're in Maryland as well? I didn't even notice that. I'm pretty sure we have said that before, that I knew you were in Maryland. I don't think you ever told me what part, though. So you think the wife was pissed because of the computer thing? Wait, you don't come home because of shots. Yeah, that's another good reason not to keep taking them. Alex, I have no snow. Another name for cocaine. Jeez, Mom, you got something to tell me? All right, no more 27s? You can use time in sales or hover over your mouse. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, he's not here. Apparently, I feel like he would have said something by now. Good old hover your mouse. That's not the point. I want to be able to be doing my thing on my charts, like looking at UDSFH and Tesla and stuff like that, and then just be able to look up and be like, oh, Brian said he is looking at this at said time. I don't want to have to stop what I'm doing, go over to the thing and hover my mouse over it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and then be like, oh, okay. And in that 5 seconds, it should have only taken 1 sec. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Submit a feature request. All right, Sebi, I'm gonna give you the complimentary spin here, but I don't. Where's the... No, you know what? No, this one doesn't count because there's no sound. Where's the sound? I want the... whatever. It did that end sound, but it didn't do the spin sound. Maybe because there's no names to click through. I don't know. Oh, wait. Keegan! Keegan coming out of the woodworks? Should we let him in? Should we let him in? It's up to you, Sebi. It was after 10:50. I'll give you the option. It's going to be... You heard a whoosh? I couldn't hear. Maybe because of the music. Let's turn the music off for now. Uh-oh. Brian says wait. Why are we waiting? Yeah, do it? All right. Very nice of Sebi. I know. That's what we were figuring out, man. Chill out. All right. Here we go. 50-50 shot for Keegan and Sebi, baby. It's kind of like the Ravens and the Bills tomorrow. We got a 50-50 shot. And we're off. There it is. I can hear it now. The winner is Keegan. It was meant to be. Sebi doesn't need it anyway. He's a pro. Cracked the back. Keegan, find me on Discord. Links down in the description. I'll get Brian to hit me up over the weekend at some point, and I will give you the information that you need. And we'll get you all set up over the 3-day weekend, and we'll see you in the room on Tuesday. With that said, guys, everybody have a great weekend, And don't forget, don't show up Monday looking to trade because you're going to be pretty disappointed. But with that said, have a great weekend. Wish my kid a happy 3rd birthday on, what's today? 15th? Oh, it's not even until Wednesday, but we're celebrating it over the weekend because it's just easier. But you can still wish him a happy birthday. His birthday is not until Wednesday. So have a good weekend. I'll see you guys Tuesday morning. Peace. What, Brian? I'm still here, kind of. Oh, Sebi, you win too. Sebi, you win. You win over the music. Sebi wins. Sebi, you win. Okay, bye.